What up, y'all? Right here. Right here is where people are bickering and arguing and complaining. You know, trying to figure things out, blaming one another. And your problem is out here. It's the micro and the macro. So every single problem, they keep you right here, bickering and complaining and trying to figure out who's at fault. It's Black Lives Matter. Oh, it's these white Ku Klux Klan people. You know, it's the stupid welfare recipients. Oh, and it's the bottom feeders. I mean, all that's going on right here. But what you got to do is get your world view to expand and be like, holy moly, that's a cinder block. Okay, we're in some type of room here. It looks like a house or something. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a farm out here. You know, and land with a palm tree. Must be somewhere tropical. And this is the macro. As from right here, you don't understand anything. You don't know anything. You think you know. You think you know everything. You're like, yeah, you know, well, there's a hole. I'm living in it. And that's exactly where y'all are living, in a hole. You don't see that marijuana is funding these prison systems. You know, you go into these communities and, you know, a lot of brown people, black people. I mean, these are the people at the butt end of that stick, being fed drugs into their neighborhoods. You know, when the hole in the cinder block is, oh, these guys are thugs and outlaws, or, you know, maybe some of them are, but maybe some of them are also products of their environment that we can also address and fix. So the macro understanding of it is that it's a business. It's a business, and you got lives and communities suffering by this. Feeding this. I mean, this is one example of so many examples going on, people. Straight up. Heroin has skyrocketed. People are dying left and right from overdoses, and it's just been skyrocketing ever since we've been over in Afghanistan. We have our troops guarding the poppy fields. I mean, I feel like I'm crazy for the only one understanding this. It's in the suburbs everywhere, from California to New York to Michigan to Ohio. It's everywhere. Plaguing the youth. I mean, they're not just smoking weed in high school no more. They're doing heroin now because it's everywhere. You know, they got everyone on the Oxycontins, took those away, and gave everyone cheap heroin. Big business plan scam. And we treat it as a criminal offense. We just start locking everyone up. These are all bad people. And yet we let the main dealers, I mean, we're funneling it in. I mean, it's big business. This is what they've done with cocaine. This is what they're doing with heroin. This is what they're doing with all this stuff. And we're just letting it all go on and acting like, you know, hey, no, we're out there. We're trying to, you know, we're trying to save the world, spread democracy and spread freedom as we're bombing and killing and sending heroin all over the world. You know, just cartels. And that's our government that you get all pissed about when someone steps on that flag. Yeah, that same government that's poisoning your aunt, your niece, your cousin, your friend, destroying their lives. And like I said, y'all, man, this is just one example of many, many. Not to mention the GMO nightmare. You know, you guys aren't realizing how much of a crime against humanity that these GMOs are. They're poisoning you. They're poisoning you. You're going to be sick. These diets, these people that are on these diets, and it gets through when you've been raised on the diet and you're raising your kid on the diet. I mean, these kids now, they're having problems younger and younger and younger. They're dying faster and faster and faster. And this is part of the plan. They don't want you living long. Why do they want you living long? They want you on They want you sick, they want you on prescription drugs, and then they want you dead. They want you working, sick, and then dead. But hey, it's fun to go get a In-N-Out cheeseburger. It's fun, you know. Let me go take my kid to go get an In-N-Out cheeseburger. So now I feel bad for the kid because the kid hasn't grown up and been able to understand all these things to where he's just the victim here. Same with feeding your kid Frosted Flakes, you know? You want to feed your kid this chemical-drenched, neuro-poisoning cereal. This isn't Frosted Flakes from the 70s. I mean, they're spraying shit on it at the time of harvest now because it increases their yields. It's got 10 times more than it did in the 80s than what we grew up on. And, you know, these systems are all like that. I mean, from the drugs they're getting you, from the alcohol. I mean, alcohol is a glorified thing now. I mean, if you don't, college is supposed to be your, I mean, when you're supposed to be gaining the most knowledge that you're supposed to be gaining, the most informative years of your life is also known as, oh, that's when my party days. You know, when I was just getting shit-faced every day. You know why? Because they don't want you going there. They don't want you learning philosophy. They don't want you thinking. They don't want you critical thinking outside of their little conformant. So you come out of there like, GMOs are good. Fluoride's for your cavities. And, you know, we're out there spreading freedom because we're no suckers here. You know, we're not going to let someone come and take our freedoms when they're taking your freedoms. Man, you're living in a cinder block. They're already taking your freedoms. They've been doing it since the Bush Sr. These people are scam artists. They're criminals. They're fueled by greed. It's evil. The good people are about to rise, though. So what side are you on? What are you doing? Are you becoming aware of all this? Or you got 10 fantasy leagues and, you know Beyonce is having twins or something. You know, what are you filling your information with? It's time to wake up. That's what people say when they say wake up from all this shit. Throw away your TVs. Throw them away. Get them out of there. They're diseases. You're diseasing your kids. You're diseasing yourself. And you're living on these volatile systems that they have built up, and they're just ready to dump. Watch you guys scramble like little cockroaches in a kitchen when the lights flipped on, and then they're going to have to just start stepping on you guys because they're going to be like, you guys are cockroaches. Look what you guys are doing. And these changes are going to come. These things are going to come. And you're fine now. You're waking up. You're like, okay, this weekend I'm going to a bar, meet up with Jimmy, Tommy, and Terry, and we're going to just have a good night and ride bikes around downtown, and it's just going to be great. Yeah, you know what? But we don't live in this time. We don't live in this time where we just get to have freedom and, you know, and just run around. I mean, you can, but I'm here to warn you. I'm here to tell you, get off these systems. Things are changing. It's time to step up. It's time to become aware. It's time to not feed your own little desires of, oh, I just want to go have a good time. Oh, I just want to watch football. I just don't want to worry about any of this, because we all got to start worrying about this. It's time to put that shit down. Start living in the movie. We're living in a movie right now. We have an evil out there that we all got to come together and fight. You want to go to the movies for your entertainment? How about turn off your TV and let's live the movie for your entertainment? Be a part of this big movement going on. Be a part of the spiritual revolution, because that's the thing that's happening. I would say regular revolution, like, yeah, let's battle it, but you're not going to battle this. What you need to do is get honed into the spiritual, because it's big, it's happening right now, it's rising. Be a part of that, going back to the land, living sustainably, getting off these systems. Let that first of all, accept it. Accept it. This is what's going on. This is evil. This is divine plan. Let it handle itself. Its time is short. It's going to be handled. You know? So don't even worry about them. You go out there and you try and fight them, they're going to sabotage whatever you're doing. They got guns, they got bombs, they got everything. They got the media. They're going to make you look bad. It don't matter. So the only way to fight it is going back to the land. This is the revolution. And when you go back to the land, you start thinking, you turn off your TV, you start thinking, you start having your spiritual awakening, then come talk to me. I'm going to have the guidelines to walk you through that. Build your character. Get right with earth. Give thanks every day. And when you get a piece of that, you figure out all this other shit don't matter. Your little Saturday night biking around down, all this shit, your little football, none of this shit matters. When there's truth and there's understanding out here in nature and the land and living together in unity and all this stuff. That's the truth. There's truth. And that's where it's at. And when you can get a piece of that, it'll change your whole life. And I'm hoping you guys can get a piece of that. And it starts with turning off your TVs. It starts with becoming aware of what's going on. Don't even watch politics anymore. Get off that shit. It's good to be informed, but it should inform you to the point where you say, okay, everything's fucking corrupt. All these people are great. Like, it's just evil. So now if there's evil, and evil isn't going to reign long, man. It's going to be fueled. It's going to go down. It's fueled by greed, and it's just, it's like a crackhead trying to keep a job, you know. Eventually he's going to lose his job, you know what I mean, because it's got the drug of greed, and it's going to lose its job, just like these systems are going to crumble. And where are you going to be? You're going to be here in the land, being part of the spiritual awakening, not giving into these systems. It's where you need to be. Get with it, y'all. I mean, these are just some examples, and it goes deeper. You just got to understand that the land, giving thanks, working for yourself, that's freedom. Be free. Liberate yourself. Start working towards it now. Start getting a community together. Start talking like this with your friends. Spreading awareness of, we need to get off these systems. We need to be self-reliant. Because that's what we have to do. We have to become self-reliant. I don't care if you don't like it. If you want to survive in this future coming up, you need to become self-reliant. No one cares about you out there. They care about taking and enslaving and killing you. And it's evident. They're feeding the communities heroin. They're sending you off to war. I mean, they're poisoning you with pharmaceutical drugs and diseases. Fueling with these disease diets and telling you it's the way to go. Get with it, y'all. Get with it, y'all. Get back to the land. Let's do this. Let's start uniting forward forever. Together. Let's do this. Let's get together. Let's start this. Let's rise this up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen regardless you want to get on board or not. So what side are you on? This line is getting drawn. What side are you on? You with the spiritual revolution of living on the land? Or are you going to try and fight these systems or be a part of these systems? Either way, you're probably contributing to them right now. Eating GMOs and buying Nestle waters and these evil corporate, you're supporting them. Banking at Wells Fargo and Chase. I mean, get off it, man. Make these changes. Start today, man. We got to start now. We got to get you people that are feeling the spiritual way, we got to get you out of there. We got to get you to the land. Come out here, man. Let's start community. Get outside of your cities. Get land out there. Start communities out there. Let's start building these communities. Start building it together. Let's start spreading this spiritual information together about how to build your character, how to work out your mind, so we can start to advance ourselves. And that's what's happening, whether you're aware of it or not. So get tuned to it, people. I love y'all. I'm going to keep giving you these warnings, so stay tuned. Forward forever, together. Peace.